I got a letter from my brother one day from prison, and it said, reach out to these men, and in turn, they will reach out to others. Jesus wants to be in here, but the doors need to be open, so tell the church to open the doors, and souls can be saved, and men can be brought to Christ. And that was my call. I knew right then I had to do something.
Andrea has always been inspiring, and she's like a fire that just catches. So it's really been exciting to see our families to grow up in this ministry and all be a part of it.
I was obviously raised around the HeartBound world. One of the things that's truly blown me away is just the impact across our entire state.
I went to corrections, and one of the first people I heard about when I arrived there was Andrea Shelton. Everyone that knows her knows that she has a passion for what she does. It comes through. It's dynamic. It's sort of addictive. While I was there, we started the Art on the Inside program, the art show, the Little Readers program, and what a difference it truly, truly makes.
She is really progressive and open-minded to change. She was passionate about not just having prison warehouse people, but have prison be a progressive place where they don't come back to prison, but where they rehabilitate. And so she believed it big time. And so she wanted to see Georgia better.
What I see is how much HeartBound impacts families and how much Andrea never wavers from that drivenness to really reunite families and to serve the incarcerated population. Her empathy and her compassion for the people is always up front, and they know it.
I met Ms. Shelton when I was on detail at the governor's mansion. I was at the transitional center. She said, "Fred, how you feel about teaching the art class from at Burr State Prison?" Ms. Shelton didn't just send me there to teach art classes. She wanted me to mentor to them also. God gives me a way to talk to them, and I see how it's starting to blossom and make an effect on these young men. HeartBound ministry touched just not me, but hundreds of other guys.
I think that's what ministered to the people the most, was this constant coming back over a long period of time. And so we've now become friends with lots of the wardens and the chaplains and inmates as well. And so it's really, really fun to see how all these relationships evolved.
You have to lead and teach in faith, because that's what truly makes a change. Every time I go in to teach any sort of program, I end up being the one getting taught. And those are from men and women that are convicted criminals serving lengthy sentences, and they are pouring into me more than I can possibly pour into them. It's the greatest part of every week, because I know I'm gonna get to be able to be an agent for change, and they're going to change me as well. You don't walk out the same person.
HeartBound Ministries can do things that government just can't always do. The personal touch makes a huge difference. To make people see that there is hope beyond the time that they are incarcerated is vitally important for that individual, for their family, and literally for our community and our nation as a whole.
HeartBound Ministry has changed no telling how many people's lives, prevented no telling how many people, immeasurable, from being victims of violent crime, because morality is what prisoners need. Who are prisoners? They're immoral people who do not care about anything but themselves. So it's pretty simple that where we find morality quickest is in religion. The seminaries work because we change each other, peer pressure. You can't come from the outside, do a big sermon and preach and have near the effect as if you have an inmate do that, who then lives there and watches you and holds you accountable 24/7 and is there when you're suffering or you have depression from prison.
We fully fund the state's only seminary program for incarcerated women. And that is by far one of the most impactful programs that we have. I mean, we're looking at a 0% recidivism rate, 100% family reconciliation, 0% relapse. 50% upon the release are continuing their education on their own dime. So this program we know works.
I think that all of us need to be reminded that we are created and we have a Creator. If we honor our God will bless us and will bless us for the good deeds that we do. And I think that's a message that sometimes we lose in the hustle and bustle of our own lives.
I hope through HeartBound that this person can be seen for something beautiful and not just for the last worst thing they did in their life. They do deserve to be loved, and they do deserve to have a second chance.
Well, Ms. Shelton, first of all, I'd like to say thank you for saying, "I'll go, God." Knowing that I have someone like you who believes in me, it helps me to believe in me.
Andrea, you're an amazing person. You're an inspiration to me and to all of us to charge forth and keep going, and you don't give up. And so that's what's so important about you. And you're only acquainted with success, you're not acquainted with failure. And so we have to continue with these programs because we know they work. It's the right thing to do. It's like eating oatmeal.